What's up, guys? And we're back. Um, Feeling really good today. We're jumping back into Biomutant, a game I heard about from a friend and never really played. So I did a first look on it the other day, about 2 days ago. We're gonna dive back into it today with part two, with a clan war. So we'll be um we'll be trying to figure out if well, let me change some things up because we'll be trying to here we go here. We'll be trying to figure out what's next in Biomutant by I think we're gonna start this attack this clan, which should be really fun once we really like dive into it. And like, I didn't realize that this game was gonna be so interesting. It turned out to be really interesting. Um, and I'm really feeling it. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people really enjoyed this game in the past, but as of right now for 2024, I'm feeling it. Like, I really think that it's a decent fighting game. Um, it could seem like it's a little cartoonish, but the graphics are really good, and I honestly enjoy playing it. So we're gonna dive into it, get back into it a little bit right now. Y'all already know, if y'all like it, you know, jump in, subscribe, like it, and join me for this journey with our new build. I'm trying to make maybe like a dual wield or two hand build with decent strength. So we're gonna be leveling up strength like crazy, and then we'll jump into leveling up vitality as we get more deeper into this story. But enough talking. Let's go and let's get it.
Says you need to hit them where it hurts, inflict as much suffering as possible, and make it clear your tribe is a terror to their existence. Murder and mayhem and other terrible things happen. He's sure you've seen it before. Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. spot corrected. Give those twirly wheels a turn. Yes, the river tub's going down the drain. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. Says they've been treated fair, but is glad to see you. Hopes you'll treat the rivals with the same respect they treated them. Wishes there was another way, but they'll do their best. A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
Okay. Each tribe has its own tribal weapon. If you defeat a rival tribe, you acquire its weapon. By helping your own tribe, you acquired its weapon. Cool. You've now allied with a tribe. You can decide to switch your allegiance and ally with a different tribe. Go to a tribe fort and talk to their Sifu to change your allegiance.
Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the privilege of carrying the tribe's weapon. Says you're lucky to have the honor. Out of Date says he's doing his best to keep up, but from what he can tell, it seems you're making progress with the tribe conflict. He had a feeling you'd get along with the Jagni tribe, but it remains to be seen what the future holds for your alliance. You seem to get along with the Jagni tribe, which doesn't come as a surprise as you share an ominous outlook on life. But Out of Date emphasizes that solving the tribe conflict won't matter unless you help make a stand against the World Eaters. That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The porcupine needs to be handled. He says the time has come to confront the porcupine at the end of the east route. Goop is working on making his goo glide strong enough to break the waves out to the World Eater. You should get over there and see what you can do to help. A new day's here. Might not be so many left. Says it's good to meet a fellow Yin Jagni cousin. Keep hoarding things the way you should. Says you should take care. Let's pocket that. Figures you probably know your business best, but that's daybreak on the way. Has plenty to do, so no worries. The world is waking up. Agrees with you that the only way to get a fresh start is to set everything on fire. Wishes you goodbye. Claims to have strange things from the dead zone that are so rare they need to be seen to be believed. Wonders why you're in such a hurry. They've got plenty of stock. Look for a fair deal. Glad you got rid of that. That worked out. Asks you to check out the wares, confident. The doors here are always open for a potential customer. Time to buy or sell. Claims to have strange things from the dead zone that are so rare they need to be seen to be believed. Says they've got the best deals anywhere. Feels bad you were abandoned as a kid and sees what that did to you. Wishes you goodbye. Amazing to see so much happening today. Thinks you shouldn't be out in the day when everyone can see you. Complains that it's hard living in a world where everything's falling apart. If it wasn't for the work of Pebble, lots of parts of the world would be cut off. No one builds climby racks like him. Figures if you look in hard-to-reach places, he might be there. Thinks Pebble doesn't spend much time in level lands. To find him, you should look for steep places. Maybe he can show you some new paths he built. Says that's likely. He's helped so many. That's a gnote. Easy prey for Lupin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. A pip bush that's nom-nom for the gnotes. Sometimes you miss the...
Okay, so you found a pip plant. Glide under it to gather the pip seed. You can use a pip seed to tame free-roaming mounts. Lit.
Sound of breaking waves, and sometimes you don't.
You can move and shoot while mounted. The mount will stay where you left it. If you dismount, okay, that's lit. Acquired mounts appear in each slot of your transport menu apart from the top slot, which holds the mount selected in your transport menu. If you want to call your last used mount to your current position, press down. Okay. We got a mount now. Ooh, and it jumps. Lit. Alright. Supposed to visit Goop. But it's a rival tribe. That's a rival tribe. Who's this? Fry Sparkers. Alright, so we're visiting Goop first. Fine. Looks like there's a bridge over there. Oh, can we not slide under this one? Guess not. Let's go. Ooh, what are those?
This thing needs new bounce aubers.
Not cool. Okay. Ooh, that hurt.
That crack is so satisfying. You're in pain. Swish crack! What a great sound! Welcome to the Surfipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy goo. The story will go on as long as there is someone there to listen. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean.
Alright. You found a scrap totem. Bash it with your weapon to gather materials.
Check out that e-waste. That's a good find. Focus on your goal. Choke up that grip. It's time to create your own path. Plastic scrap stays forever, but maybe you can make something out of it. simplest thing. Another chug tunnel. Watch out for oncoming chug-chugs. No windows to look out at the sky from down here. Ouch! Yes, some e-waste for you. You can do this. You have a good eye for that stuff. Staff up. Boom, boom. Spin. Swing, crack. Goodbye. Cheers that you're on the way to finish the world and yourself off. Says goodbye to you. No way to avoid the wet. This won't be a field trip. It's the real thing. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Let's see.
Yangu. Ajitawa manlo fitness.
Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was. He knows he's easy to remember. There's no one out there as cuckoo as him. He's one of a kind. He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it. He understands why you seek revenge, but he doesn't think you realize how that'll make you feel once you claimed it.
See? On my side. Go, dog, go!
First instincts can be truly awful.
The fun thing is always the right thing.
Next time, look at it with a clear heart.
Duckly duck duck.
Figures the world is a goner. Even the goo will go gone. Wishes you hadn't done so much to make the goo even gooier. Wonders why you're flapping around with the jagni. They spend too much time nesting to do anything fun. But hey, back to the goo. Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Subnautica station, as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit. So you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff. It's not that it won't keep your head above the surface, but it needs improving to carry you across the thick goo out by the Porky Puff. It's time for an adventure, for good or bad. The sun's a long ways away. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You're harmed. Itchy trigger finger. Fan 'em back. Knock 'em out. Poke 'em. Wicked. Whoa, smell that? Biohazard nearby. There are some gorgeous colors returning to the world. Now that's loot. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. The long-lasting effect this had on the evolution of wildlife was, as we know now, the only reason we came to exist. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
Mukam. Sayruya. Surakia.
He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out.
Mukam bol.
There's debris floating around on the surf that might be blocking your path or needs to be towed. That means you'll need a device so you can get it out of your way.
Mavaniko.
Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks, squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks. He only knows what's visible to the naked eye. Gulp is not much of a babbler and mostly keeps to himself and his drink. Here's hoping this scrap floats. Lots of notices on the board for things that made sense in the days when the surf was a lot cleaner. Interesting to see what they cared about here. Wonder if any of it matters now. In the old days, this was a port for boats that went under the surf. They helped clog the surf into goo. Toxanol didn't do it on purpose, I don't think. Their machines made a mess, though, and they never cleaned up after themselves. You should be able to find a track here. Just need to keep your eyes open. You're poking around Pockbur, a prime village. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least.
Ja.
Control your...
Chetsuji Machawao.
Says you need to say hi to Lobo. She made the most amazing Gullblimp.
Himatu Saina.
Says you're welcome back. Let's see. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Asks, could anyone take out a world eater with 3 heads? Says talking to you was interesting. He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Says it's both everything you could want and never enough.
Ja.
Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wants to know if he could point you towards something fun to drink, so that you could share with the tipsy tipster. You sure look like you could use a drink. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, that's the point. But you can't stop trying new ones, or life gets dull. Says you should toast the end of the world, but you'd better hurry. It's coming soon. Respects how you take care of yourself first instead of trying to swallow too much. Thinks it's funny you wound up with the Jagni. They drink so little, like birds. Guesses someone has to be, but he can't swallow the sight of it. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. the glug mocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportioned to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world is still doomed, even if Aufschlag says that's what gives your internal such a great glow. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them. They're better at floating than flapping, so you should be able to net a few without growing yourself a pair of wings. This is a smoother ride than you'd think. Leave it behind. E-waste, the stuff you need. Point it in the right direction and blast. Nothing like a story with an unexpected ending. Gulp tells you to not forget those quacks. They won't squeeze themselves. Better get a move on if you want to change things.
All right, so we're gonna end it there because I got to get into some other stuff. But I hope you guys are enjoying the Biomutant. It's pretty good. I'm loving it actually. It's a decent game and it's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to say it's like an animated movie basically. You're following a certain storyline. So far, I think we're supposed to be trying to get rid of somebody named Lupa Lupin. I think that's the guy who destroyed our village, killed our mom. He's gonna pay for that. Straight revenge. He's gonna pay for that. Looting in this game is ridiculous. I'll let you know that right now. Like the loot, like I'm picking up loot every second. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, hit that like button and subscribe. It's your boy Unique Gamer, and I'm out.